This place used to be incredibly beautiful, and to be honest, in many ways it still is. It hasn't aged gracefully or received the tenacious care that has been afforded to some. With so many places like this small country cemetery, it is inevitable that some will fall through the cracks. What happens next is what defines us. Will we allow history to slip away, or step in and reverse the tide of time? Perhaps more important, will we realize we are living through history right now and show each other the respect and dignity that we all deserve? Perhaps one reflects the other.
So this place is arguably in the worst condition of any place we've ever been to. And we're gonna go ahead and give it a revisit today. I honestly doubt anything's been done since the last time we've seen it, but it's been a few years and I wanted to check up on it and just see, you know, maybe even just what the weather has done over the last few years. But yeah, it's probably gonna be an incredibly rough condition here. And a lot of you may remember this place. It has a fairly large vault that has caved in, and I don't believe it's been repaired quite yet. So it's incredibly windy. The last time we were here though, this road was flooded up ahead. It's a lot better right now. But again, I really don't think this place will be. You can see kind of a odd collection of flags here. They might be just placed here so that when the weather clears up, they can go ahead and place them. But I'm not really sure. That's kind of weird. It seems like they would get torn up just sitting there, and by the time that they place them, it would be too tattered. So at first, it's really not looking like much has been done. Incredibly windy. I hope it's not too hard to hear me when I speak. This camera does have some amount of wind protection, but it is pretty bad out today. Over here is what my main interest is. There's a decent amount of this place that is still standing up, but there is just a heavy amount of damage in the center. And you can see even over here though, there's a ton of stuff just laying around this tree here. And in another scary thought here, it kind of looks like this tree is slowly rotting and will probably eventually fall. Although it looks like there's still a decent amount of life in the tree, so it may be a while, but it looks like the process has begun. I don't remember if I actually found this last time. I think I might have. It's been so long, and it's kind of hard to remember, but there is a few stones lost in the brush here. Getting one right over here, and it looks like it's actually fallen face down, unfortunately. Again, we can see that this one has fallen, and it was in several different pieces when it was assembled, so they have just placed the top section there. And unfortunately left it. But again, not everybody that cares for this place is qualified to repair it, so again, they may be doing the best that they know how. And I definitely don't want to demonize the caretakers of this place and blame them for the fact that it hasn't been repaired yet. And again, it's just so strange that, you know, these massive, massive stones are just sinking. And I mean, it's not really unusual scientifically, but it's just kind of strange to think that something like this could be right under your feet, and you'd really never know it if it had sunk far enough down and then the grass grew around it. So we're slowly inching now towards this center section. And this was really what I wanted to see in terms of the status, since a major headstone had fallen onto the top of this vault over here and straight through it. And then, of course, oddly, things like this right here seem to be in pretty decent condition and have never fallen over, despite smaller stones being in the ground or fallen over. So here we have officially arrived, and unfortunately what I was thinking seems to be true, and they have not fixed it yet. And so you can see here that the memorial itself actually at some point fell backwards, or it deteriorated enough, the base here deteriorated enough that it just fell straight through. And so the entire interior here, which there is nothing left, so I'm not being disrespectful at all in showing this, but the entire interior has been exposed to the weather. And again, it may just be an upper vault, and there may have never been anything really in there, but it's still pretty sad. And just exploring the front here, you can see that there's a marker there. And then you can also tell that, again, like last time, this piece here is fallen backwards and it appears to have penetrated the top, but you still can't see it because of all the vines. But you can also see another small one right there as well. So yeah, a very unfortunate event. Kind of surprising that it didn't do more damage because it was sitting right on the top of this, so it was pretty high up when it fell. So being, I mean, several hundred pounds at least, you know, that's about a 4.5 foot tall section of pure granite right there. So I'm kind of surprised it didn't do more damage than we see here. This is definitely a piece of something, and we can see all the rest of the smaller pieces back here. I don't know if you guys heard the dog, and there is a dog that seems to be out. I don't think that it's like out of a cage or off a leash or anything at this point, but I'm hoping for the best. This side here is what makes me really think that this truly is one of the worst, or the worst place that I've visited in terms of conditions. I think it's locked up, but I'm pretty sure it is barking at me. Actually kind of sounding like there's multiples. That sounds like a bunch of dogs. And another tree here that has actually begun to swallow up some, although it might have fallen in this one after it was cut, so I can't be 100% certain about that part. And almost oddly, both sides seem to be doing okay. You know, both sides have memorials that are still standing. You know, things are marked pretty well. The writing's all fairly legible, and yet the center is almost completely destroyed. And again, it doesn't appear to be vandalism. It could be, I suppose, but I'd say the most likely candidate here is actually just the weather. If I remember correctly, I thought there was actually a few more along the fence line here, but they may have been, I can't remember, I have to go back and look there. They may have been moved up here. I just remember finding something underneath this tree here. Oh, there, I think it might still be here. No. Definitely a large stone there. I don't think it's a memorial though. I don't see anything along that tree. I may have to go verify though, just because sometimes I go to so many of these places that occasionally they can run together in their details. But again, I could have sworn that there was more over here at one time. I'm not spotting it at all. Although again, I might look back and see that the names match up to the ones that are currently set up and straight there. Or again, maybe I'm just thinking about the wrong place. But there is definitely a big section here of brush around the edge. But the ones I was seeing last time that I seem to remember here actually were pretty visible. And so it kind of appears that this is the last one for us to check out today. Again, one that is doing okay in comparison. I mean, almost really great. Yet again, a lot of this place is just in such terrible condition that it's still surprising. Well, and good news, the dogs did stop barking. Of course I say that, and then there they are once again. Well, unfortunate that this place seems to be still suffering from quite a bit of deterioration and wind damage, rain damage, I mean, you name it. It is in a fairly precarious location. As we saw last time, there was heavy flooding here, so it makes sense as to why this particular place seems to be suffering so badly. However, being up on a slight hill and having some places still in decent condition, there's a lot that still could be done for this place. And so, you know, once again, if you know anything about either this location or any location I filmed, or you've seen stuff in your area, if you're able to, if you have the financial ability, if you have the physical ability, if you have any ability to help, you know, please do so. But at the same time, I want to thank you all for joining me on the episode. Again, if you like these episodes and these adventures out in the country and to wild locations and historic locations, make sure that you subscribe for more. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to turn your notifications on so that you don't miss a single upcoming episode. I know it's been a little bit shaky here. I apologize. It's been horrible weather, really rainy, really muddy, and so it's just been increasingly difficult to get out and do anything. So I appreciate you all being so patient, and of course I will see you all in the next adventure.